Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today I am hearing the singer Tarkan for the very first time, so we're starting with a live performance from 2019. Here we go. I'm gonna pause here. Obviously I didn't want to. I want to just keep playing it. I did a tiny bit of research before this, so I know this is an older song. I will likely go listen to the studio version after this reaction, but I am really impressed with the sound quality that I'm getting from this live performance. His vocals are so pristine. I love the moment when he just comes out of the fog and everyone goes crazy. And obviously his fans, the people who love his music, they just love him, and the vibe I'm getting right off the bat, I can see why. It's just I can't stop smiling. Obviously I don't know the language, but I don't know, this is just such a pleasure to watch. He did some really interesting vocal things as well, so we'll go back and talk about that. I don't know, this is putting me in a really happy mood. He started with just a little bit of separation because we had some breathiness in the sound. It was very warm and very sultry. And then just in the second phrase, the second line, I feel like we got a little bit firmer press in the chords. It was just the tiniest contrast, but I love that choice when a singer who I obviously don't know where this was in the entirety of the concert, where this particular song was, but when you start a song just all in 110%, sometimes it's difficult to manage your breath pressure and the airflow and the adduction, and so sometimes we get some interesting sounds at the very onset of a song in a performance. I feel that just that slightly, it was just a gentle approach. It wasn't really forceful, and so I, as a listener, felt very secure listening because I wasn't worried that we were going to have any weird vocal shifts happening. I feel like it was just really seamless and then sort of had a nice gradual build as the song progressed. I love that sound. I know it is, oh golly, I can't remember what it's called. It's almost like a vibrato or like tremolo or something like that. That slight shake. Let me play that back. saw it the first time when he has that initial melodic line, his mouth on the O's, sorry. When he has that first sound, he keeps it nice and round, and then the second time there's a little bit of spread as he goes to that second note. I want to see if I can. He has such a beautifully balanced tone. There is so much warmth and richness and just comfort in his voice, but there is a tiny bit of nasality that's giving some brightness. It's giving some really pretty shifts in the vocal line, and I like it. We'll keep going. I didn't know he was gonna do that little speaking interlude. You'll have to let me know if that's common in his music, or if this is something for this particular performance, or if it's in this particular song. Something that strikes me about this piece, it's not overly challenging vocally for him from what I am hearing. Nonetheless, I think how lucky to have such a hit song that doesn't go to the extreme ends of your range. I think that's the dream, because he's probably, I mean, I can't remember when the song originally came out from what I read, but it's been at least a decade. So, and just by the audience reaction when the music started playing, they love it. So to have a song that is so popular, that people love, that he obviously loves to perform, that doesn't exhaust him, that is something that he probably finds enjoyable and refreshing in a concert, is just, you can only hope for that as a performer, you know? Like, I think some singers, they had some real bangers that were really taxing on the voice. And so, yes, they want to perform that for people who love hearing that song, but it can be so exhausting to have to do some of those pieces over and over again. And the other great thing about a song that isn't overly challenging for a singer vocally is it gives them a little bit more flexibility to play and add variety for themselves when they're having to repeat this song in thousands of concerts. And so I think I don't know. It makes me really happy for him that this was such a big song for him, because I think it's just enabled him to be successful in terms of vocal health for a really long period of time. Hopefully that made sense. We'll keep going. I love that line when he ascends, and then, man, I'm so impatient. I need to wait for the comments to read what that sound is, but I really want to just do a quick search. Yeah, that sort of like vibrato sound that's incorporated. And obviously it's not just this song. I've heard it before. I just don't remember what it's called. There's almost this, I know this isn't the best recording, but there's almost like this thinning that, so he ascends, he's at that top note, and then there's like this thinning that happens. And I don't know if it's because of like a shift in the laryngeal position, maybe he's adding more nasality, and then that lends it, or maybe the tongue position. Hold on. It's like, oh golly, it's a cool sound. I like it. But there's a thinning that happens, and then it kind of whooshes back in with this vibrato sound that I don't know the name of, but I like this. I like this a lot. I won't play it back, but man, the dexterity, the tiny little shifts that happen, and again, sort of to emphasize what I said previously, when you're not at the extreme ends of your range, it just makes playing with the voice that much easier. And so, I don't know, I feel like sometimes we just get the absolute best from singers when we get to hear mid-range, because we get to hear all the additional skill that they have. And this section is no exception. I'm gonna play this back. Kudos to him for not needing to walk in step with the timing of this song. That just goes to show how well he knows this song, how much it is a part of him. Let me find that section. What a great song. If I knew the words, I would have tried to sing along. It had this wonderful pulse, this movement to it, but it also felt super mellow. And I imagine it's because of his delivery and what he decided to do with it. So I'm very curious to hear more from him. I'd love to hear something perhaps more acoustic, just something that highlights his vocals more. I feel like I heard the other vocalists on stage pretty well in this, and so the few moments where he was by himself, oh, they were just so buttery and warm, and yeah, I want to hear more. So that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.